Hey guys, it's me, Andrew, again, your favorite Canadian YouTuber, and I'm back yet again with another episode of Skylanders Imaginators Guest Stars. Yeah, it's been about 8 months since I've done one of these. A lot of new stuff has come out since then, so I got 10 new creations to show you guys today. It's going to take a long week, so I figured it'll only be right to start with Swordfighter Peach.
Prepare to face my sword.
What do you think?
My skills are beyond those of my enemies.
I'm sure they are. Might not look exactly like her, but close enough with, the limitations of Imaginators and whatnot. It has a lot of variety, surprisingly in-depth, though it does have some frustrating limitations, so this is about the closest I can get to it. Alright. Oh yeah, I haven't really played a whole lot of the PS4, PS5 version of Imaginators, which is why you're going to hear a lot of these voices, like a first-time thing. I'm just showing you the parts I used. No tail. Of course. I mean,
Equip gear.
Yes, I know, Eon. Now, the second I saw this hat, I knew it would be perfect for Swordfighter Peach. As far as I'm aware, this is the only extra part of gear I gave her.
You can change their size and shape.
And this is the color palette I chose for her. By the way, I'm live streaming this on PS5.
Can be added to give your Imaginator a unique style.
I'm thinking about maybe giving her something like this, but I think she's fine without it. Now, I'm kind of afraid to choose this because a lot of the voices I gave them the X-Blast 360 version, and I'm afraid that if I go here, it'll change them back to whatever's available, because I've hardly unlocked anything in this version. Well, you heard the catchphrases earlier, so I think you get the point.
Back to the...
By the way, I didn't know which element to give her, and I had an Air Swordfighter available, so I decided to go with it. Oh, by the way, there's no music in the background because for some reason... sorry, Flynn, not today. Because for some reason, in past episodes, some of the videos got flagged for copyright because of the background music in the game, claiming it's some sort of obscure jazz music or something. I don't know. You know what? I'm not even going to bother with that crap, so I decided to just leave the music out. Which is probably why it looks really awkward when you actually, see, the dancing without the music. Whatever. I think I've talked long enough. Let's see, how long have I been? 4 minutes already. Let's just get to the next one. Okay, I'm going to be showing a few somewhat obscure characters before getting into the more popular ones I have to share with you guys today. Ah, crap, I think that fell under the couch. I'll get it later. I'll probably have to edit some parts out later after the stream's done. Okay, this next one is from a game that not many people have heard of, but I'm personally very fond of, and I really wish it got more love and recognition that it deserved. That's hardly getting any so far. It's getting some new updates soon, so I figured it'd be a good time to share this with you guys. Say hello to Nimbus from Exo Primal. By the way, I'm using the wireless portal, which is probably why it takes a while for them to get into the game.
Can't wait to see what changes lie in store.
So yeah, if you haven't played Exo Primal, you'll probably have no idea who she is. Just showing the parts here. Yeah, I figured these guns were fitting enough. I actually had a hard time trying to find the right headgear and stuff that would, like, simulate the headphones and whatnot. I also had a bit of a hard time trying to find the right arm guards for her because apparently she has, like, oversized wrist armor with, like, wheels on them, even though I don't think I've ever actually seen her, like skate on all fours or anything like that. Or maybe she does and I just haven't seen it, I don't know. I also had a hard time trying to find one with, like, wheels on it that are also, like, really oversized ankle armor. Oh, that's not random at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it. How did I not get that at first? Oh, yeah, my sister's here. She's just observing. You can comment if you want. Let's see, size proportions.
Choose.
I was thinking about maybe giving her an aura, but no. Oh yeah, I forgot to show like the move set I gave for Peach, but I think it's self-explanatory. I said this would be the most fitting for her. Alright.
Carry on.
Alright. Let's light him up. I think because like one of her like old versions, like Omega or something, has dual handheld shotguns. I figured this would be fitting.
The only thing I like more than flowers is brutal combat.
Do a good job recreating Nimbus. Please let me know, because she doesn't get nearly enough love, and neither does the game. Yeah, Exo Primal was probably the closest thing to a new Dino Crisis game Capcom's given us in 20 years. And speaking of Dino Crisis, here's a little forgotten video game heroine you may or may not know.
Disaster.
Regina. So, only those who have played Dino Crisis would know who she
Think
is.
you can improve on this? Hey, be my guest.
It was pretty big back in the day, but kind of somewhat forgotten by a lot now. Though I think it still has a dedicated following. I really hope Dino Crisis gets a remake someday.
Think about her eyes, make sure it looks like a frog in a human suit.
Yeah, strangely enough, it was the most fitting head I could find for her. Maybe also because like her like she was only ever in like a PS1 game, so her CGI model on the cover might have a bit of like an awkward plasticky facial design or something. Maybe that's also why it kind of matches the best. I don't know. Yeah, Tommy guns. I figured these would be the most fitting for her. Let's see. I don't think I gave her any gear, actually. I was thinking about maybe giving her a backpack, but whatever. Yeah, I tend to make a lot of my Imaginators, like, tall, height-wise. Well, not a whole lot of backpacks I have available so far. I think I tried to add one before, but none of them really looked right. Color palettes. Yeah. Let's see, powers and abilities. Oh yeah, I didn't know which element to give her. I had a Dark Quick Shot available, so I decided just... A lot of these Imaginators, I either didn't know which element or battle class to give them, so I just like gave the first one of like an element or battle class I thought would fit them that I had available on me, and just redesigned it into the character. So if any of it doesn't make any sense, that's probably why. Alright.
Look who's back in action.
Yeah. Oh, please. Hey, you're messing with a redhead who kills dinosaurs daily. I highly doubt a bunch of wooden puppets would be much of a challenge for her. Okay, that one took a little longer.
Victory!
Alright, I think that's enough. Okay, this next character is also a little bit somewhat obscure, though maybe not as compared to Nimbus. I think this game is a little bit more well-known than Exoprimal, no, sometimes for the wrong reasons. Recently, not too long ago, a new game came out called Foamstars, which is, like, basically a game where these weird, colorful characters, like stylish characters, like shoot foam and bubbles at each other. Think of blasters made from parts of the Wonka mobile from Willy Wonka on the Chocolate Factory, like constantly like spewing foam everywhere. Anyway, a lot of people have compared it to Splatoon, even saying it's a straight up Splatoon ripoff. I'd say it has a fair share of differences, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, I was trying to figure out who to recreate for this, so I chose
Nothing better than the Pancake House.
Mel T. I was thinking about trying Soa at first, couldn't really find all the right parts though, so I decided to create her instead.
Can't wait to see what changes lie in store.
Oh man, I did have a little bit of trouble trying to find the right parts, particularly in the skirt, which is supposed to look like a bunch of like pastry buns or something, but I couldn't find anything like that, so I went with this. That's supposed to be a blueberry, by the way, and a strawberry or something. You work with what you got. Anyway, I'm going to show you the parts I used. I figured this was fitting enough. I actually had to go through quite a few heads to find the right one. Ice cream ears, I figured that'd be fitting enough. She's actually supposed to have, like, ice cream cone pigtails sort of thing, like 2 ice cream cones sticking out of her head. Though, I decided to have 3, 2 tiny ones and 1 big one on the head, even though it's supposed to be like 2 big ones on the head, but this is what I got. This, I think you get the idea. Close enough, right? Yeah, now this, what you can only see like a good view of her entire design when you like go to like the chest view. That way her giant bazooka isn't constantly blocking a good portion of her body or anything like that. And I typically do that whenever I go to look at the size structure. And yes, that's Bunny Tail is supposed to be a blueberry because her like pastry bun dress is supposed to be covered in like fruit toppings like strawberries, kiwis, blueberries, melons, stuff like that. Just look up Mel T from Foamstars and you'll see exactly what I mean. And I figured this bazooka was the most fitting, the donut bazooka. I wish there was an ice cream bazooka, but apparently not. Once again, I created all these characters in the Xbox 360 version, and now I'm playing as them in the PS5 version, because I figured it would be much higher quality, and I figured it might be a good idea to try a live stream this time. Because I imagine that would be one big video file to record. Yeah, there it is, the ice cream hat. I mean, what else could you possibly use? I was thinking about maybe giving her some watermelon shoulder guards to like compensate for the lack of fruits on the skirt, but yeah, whatever. Surprisingly, no arm guards. So I was thinking about maybe putting a rose on it, but whatever. Oh yeah, kind of like the peach one where she had a rose on her wrist, even though the rose is supposed to be on the hat. I figured that'd be a good way to compensate. Rice ball. Yeah, that's supposed to be a strawberry, and this was the closest thing I could find, apparently. Oh, right. I usually do this when looking at the size for bazookas. I know she's a little shorter than the other fighters, but I figured this is the only way to get the right proportional balance. And as you can see, she's very colorful. Oh yeah, and I figured this would be a fitting aura for her. I was thinking about choosing Water Element, because there's like one where she like transforms to a giant bubble and bounces and splashes around. I figured that'd be fitting for Foamstars. In fact, I think that's what I was gonna do for like my original SOA idea. I decided to choose someone else for that. And this was the only bazooka I had available, so I just went with this, because I really didn't want to, have to, like, reset a crystal and then spend so much time grinding and leveling up that Imaginator all the way up to level 6 all over again just to unlock all the parts, which is a really tedious process. Another reason why I decided to just, take the first one I had.
What happens when you pick on me?
Pretty much I had, like, pre-made and available. Basically just, like, take a character I made before and then redesign them into another character. I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but...
Feel the power.
Yeah, if I step out of the ring, they all disappear, so I'm trying to keep it in. Okay, now that I've showed you some of the more obscure characters that most people probably haven't heard of, maybe not, let's get into the more popular characters I'm sure all of you came to see. Pomni!
Haunted by my nightmare. Ooh! What shall we do next, Portal Master?
I doubt she's that enthusiastic usually. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Yeah. It did take me a couple tries to find the right head, but I figured this was the closest. Yeah, as you can see, she has, like, spiraling eyes, like, constantly going crazy and whatnot. I was thinking about maybe giving her something like this at first, so it doesn't quite match the, like red and blue circus-y eyeball pattern that she has in the show. I thought it would at first, but apparently not. I was thinking about maybe doing like target eyes, but I figured spiral works the best here. I also had a little bit of a hard time trying to find the right balance of blue and red and whatnot. Oh, apparently no ears. Obviously. Yeah, did take me close tries to find the right arms. I also had to go through quite a few different types of legs to find the right one that suited her, because her legs are very specifically designed with like two like poofy hip leg top things. I don't know what they're called. That none of these have anything like that.
Pantaloons.
Pantaloons, right.
Or if they're underwear, they're boots.
I guess that works as well. Like, thank you, Sammy.
I'll be honest, when you said cute drifter girl with PTSD, I was thinking Harley Quinn.
Oh. No, I'd say she's more like suffering from psychopathy than PTSD. Or, I don't know, I guess acid-induced brain damage, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, obvious. Well, yeah, I just meant in, like, a general sense. Like, you know, I think Animation Rewind actually did a video of, like, Pomni versus Harley Quinn. Kind of a mismatch, if you ask me. Like, we all knew who would win that. You know, I wasn't sure if I should give her a backpack or something. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, even though the height's all the way at the top, I gave her a really small lower body because she has, like, really skinny limbs. Like, she's not, like, super buffed up or anything like that. Oh, Lord, what have I done? I can only imagine the consequences for what I did there. Alright, color palette, lots of blue, lots of red, some yellow, some white. You get the idea. I was thinking about maybe giving her, like, a bubbly aura or something, but no. I had a life roller available, so I decided to just use on that. I was thinking about, I was actually originally going to create Clive from Clive and Wrench, but I just couldn't find the right parts, so I kind of ditched that idea. Well, the sound effects are appropriate, at least. Alright, enough talk. Let's see what she can do. If Pomni ever had to fight for her life, I imagine it might look something like this.
Haunted by my nightmare.
I also had a tough time trying to figure out the right catchphrase to give her. That'd actually be pretty cool if they could do stuff, if she could do stuff like that.
Want some more?
So, my attempt at recreating Pomni, I think it turned out...
Beautiful victory.
She seems unusually enthusiastic. Maybe either she's starting to... Speaking of SMG4, I think you already know who this is.
Making a splash.
I've recreated an Octa past. Here.
You can improve on this? Hey, be my guest.
Who would have thought she started out as an Inkling OC and then developed to becoming her own, well, I'm trying to find the right ones. I was thinking about maybe giving her the squid pistols, but no. I don't know.
Shoot our lower evolved brethren at them.
Well, yeah, that is kind of messed up if you think about it. Now, if Tidepool uses squids as a gun, is that technically animal abuse?
Yes.
Yeah, I always use the torn cape as like a substitute for longer hair because there is no option for like long hair. It's always like bobs, like short hair heads. So I always use this if the character has longer hair. I don't know, a little taller than you normally expect her to be. Let's see, the color palette. So what do you guys see? Do you think the bubble aura fits her, or should I just get rid of it? What do you think, Sammy? Bubbles or no bubbles? I gave that one to the Inkling before, Octoling. Do you think it fits her, or does it look weird?
I think it's fine. And it has that kind of bubbly sound effect.
Yeah, true. Oh, and just like the Inkling, I went with this. Octoling, I keep forgetting. I know it still looks weird when they dance without music, but I'm not dealing with the copyright bullcrap again. Alright.
Look who's back in action.
Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, ever since Meggy became human, she's technically not genetically squid anymore somehow. So I guess, whatever. Yeah, that was the move I was going to use for Soa for create her. It chose Mel T instead. So, what do you guys think of this one? I was struggling with quite a bit. There's a good chance it's going to look very cursed, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So brace yourself if it looks ugly or cursed or something. But it was the closest I could do. Here is Roxanne Wolf. No introduction needed.
Make way for victory!
My eye! My eye!
So yeah, this was my attempt at recreating Roxanne Wolf. And as you can see, mainly in the facial area, yeah. I mean, it's a wolf head, and it was the only one that had like the right shape I could find. I tried a few others, but they just didn't look right. If anything, they looked even worse. This is kind of giving me flashbacks to when I attempted to recreate KO the kangaroo. In fact, I used the same head. I just realized, did I forget to change the eye color to fit her, or I don't know. Fitting enough. Yeah, I think that these are like the arms I usually give to like the same ones I gave to like. Come to think of it, this was actually originally Glam Rock Freddy Fazbear, I basically recreated into Roxanne. I used the same arms, so I figured that'd be fitting enough. Yeah, even though she's got like those Wolverine claws thing, if you look closely, you can see her claws on the hands are green, just like in the game. You know, fun fact. I'm not sure if anyone knew this, but in like the original beta version of Imaginators, I think these legs were originally had less texture on them and looked more like smooth skin than whatever this weird scaly stuff is. In fact, if you look back at one of the Skylander Boy and Girls Old videos where they get like really early access to Imaginators from like Lou Stutter or something, you can actually see like the old version of this art. I don't know, maybe they thought it was like too inappropriate for kids or something. I have no clue. I thought it was like a really weird censorship design choice or something. I don't think she has a tail, but whatever. Does she have a tail? I don't know. I forget. Now, the hair I actually struggled with quite a bit. I wasn't sure if I should give her like a regular mohawk or a flat mohawk or something else, but probably not the first one you'd pick, that's for sure. She only has like one green strand in the front, while this green in the back is kind of weird. I'm terribly sorry if this looks like really cursed. Looks probably like a cursed piece of hyper realistic furry fan art someone would probably draw. I don't know. I chose these because I was having a hard time trying to figure out which one best resembles her like leg warmers or something. This probably doesn't look quite like it, but whatever. And once again, longer hair, so I chose that. For Freddy Fazbear, I chose a pizza backpack. You probably remember that, maybe not. Animatronics are tall, so it's only fitting. Do you think I made the muscles too small? Or just right? Let's see. As you can see, there's like a lot of like very light bluish purple or something. And some red, I think you get the point. And of course, you know, like these animatronics are designed for like parties and stuff, so I figured this was fitting. And I decided to give her this one because I thought it'd be fitting to like her like racer thing. Like I know she drives a go-kart and not a motorcycle, but whatever. Yeah. The machine sound effects.
The sounds you'll hear as you move and attack.
Thank you for interrupting me, Eon. The machine sound effects will always be fitting for FNAF animatronics recreated in this game.
Game on!
Alright. Didn't really know how to follow that up. Yep, that's Roxy, alright.
Now I've created victory! How does that taste?
So, what do you guys think of my attempt at recreating Roxy? Let's see, how far are we? Okay.
All right, can't wait to see what you come up with here.
I know. So, do you like it? Do you hate it? Or are you not sure? Let me know in the comments. I think I've spent enough time. We're about a half hour in, so let's get to the next one. Recently, the new first season of Hazbin Hotel just came out recently, and this particular character is quite popular with that community, though also quite well known for other reasons I'm sure you probably know of that you probably don't want to think of, but you know, I think I've said too much. You already know who it is.
Can't wait to see what changes lie in store.
Well, I think this one turned out rather well. I did have to go through a few heads to find the right one that fits. Obviously, Fire was the most fitting. I didn't know which battle class to give her. I had a Fire Knight available, so I decided to give her a sword. I have a bit of confession to make. I actually haven't seen the new season of Hazbin Hotel yet, so I actually don't know if she actually does use a weapon in the show or not. And again, she doesn't seem like the straight to violence type. Yeah, design-wise, the clothes were definitely a little easier than some of the other Imaginators. Because, red tuxedo and whatnot. I was thinking about maybe giving her, like, a devil's tail or something. Like a scorpion tail or something. I don't know. I just realized, I was also thinking about maybe giving her, like, some angel wings, because she is, like, she and her father are technically angels, but I figured just long hair would be better. So yeah, angel sword. I figured this was most fitting. I was thinking about choosing like maybe this dragon fiery sword, but no. Oh, surprisingly, no headgear. In fact, I don't think I gave her any gear except for this. Once again, torn cape as to simulate long hair, albeit kind of poorly. And did I make her head too big, or does it look just right? Then again, I think she does have not a huge head like Meggy, but
I feel like if there's an option in between the two.
Perhaps. And of course, fiery aura. Why? It only makes sense. Oh, I forgot. I wasn't sure what to pick for this, but whatever. Alright. Give him hell, Charlie. So, what do you guys think? You like it? What do you think, Sammy?
Good. You should see if you can create a firebender.
Like Zuko?
Yeah. It also does swords.
I'm not.
He's never used flames with a sword that I know of, but they just came out with a live action series. So.
Cool. Why didn't I think of that before? I don't know if Zuko. I remember this one guy who would just. I do know that one guy did a bunch of recreations in Skylanders before. I don't know if he already created Avatar characters or not. I'll have to check. I don't want people to think I'm like copying anyone or anything. Anyway, that's actually not a bad idea. I might try that. Although, if you want him to be like a swashbuckler, like a dual wielder, well, I'll say this much. For some reason, there's still like the really weird design choice of like the swashbuckler Imaginators all being like having no legs, but rather like tails or like mermaids or something. It's really weird, so that probably wouldn't look right on him. Yeah.
Or if there's something that is just like fire blast.
Oh yeah, I think, let's see, Fire Blast. Let's take a look at the other fire abilities that Charlie has here.
Take that!
Yeah, you saw her do the fire dash, and this is like the fire meteors.
Firebending is more like outward, like.
Huh.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no. Yeah, I'm surprised there's just no straightforward fire blasts in the Imaginator creation system.
Oh, yeah!
I guess that's a little more like it, maybe. Well, unfortunately, there is no option for quadrupedal Imaginators. I think that was kind of like a missed idea that they had, missed potential.
Wait, hang on. Samurai Appa from the Dream.
Never heard of that? I'm not sure if I want to or not.
And he has this, like, fever dream. where Momo and Appa get into a sword fight and they're dressed as like samurai warriors. So he is standing on his hind legs, like on 2 feet with a sword, and he has like samurai armor.
Well. Well, you know more about that than me. Okay, I wonder if they tried to did they ever try to recreate that in the live-action series?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I haven't finished watching it yet, because
right.
I'm watching it with Mommy, and it takes forever.
Right. Okay, I don't know how to get into this next one, but it's been a while since I recreated a Shantae character. The new game Risky Revolution is coming soon. Like a Game Boy Advance game that was canceled 22 years ago, but now they're bringing it back. I figure it would only be fitting to recreate another Shantae character, and I'm honestly surprised I've never done this one before. Well, you all know her, you all love her.
I'm crazy for zombie dance parties.
Okay, babe.
Ooh, what shall we do next, Portal Master?
Yep, Rottytops.
I know that's the kids' game, but this feels like a little weird. When they're like,
Well,
what should we do next, Portal Master?
Oh God.
Being Master Hater?
I'll say this much. I don't know if the creators really thought about that when writing these voice lines or not. But yeah, it really does. I can barely breathe.
I have to wear what you tell me.
Yeah. Not to mention, I will say, for a kid's game, there are some, questionable pieces. I'm glad there's variety, but some people can definitely get very weird with these certain parts. Remember, for instance, I'm sure you know the Ningini chest, right? That part. It's like if you, just boost that size up all the way to the max. I'm sure a lot of people have done that just to mess around. Oh God, I shouldn't be talking about... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but let's just get to the parts.
Our bodies are good bodies.
Right. No, I think I've made this too weird already. I guess we both have.
You know what?
I was originally going to use these, but I think their ears are too big. Yeah, because she has, skull earrings. Also, I mainly chose this head because it's the only one that has bandana on it, or headband, or whatever. Yeah, headband, sorry. Don't know why I said bandana. Apparently, there weren't really a lot of options for, torn-up tops, since she has, a ratty old torn-up top, being a zombie and whatnot. I chose these because these were the closest I could find to, arms with stitches on them. Because, her arms can come off. She has to, keep them stitched on. Same with her legs as well. Although I think only one of her legs is stitched on it. She just pulls off her leg and uses it as a weapon. So I decided to get, the ballerina arms, which are literally just the bare arms, but with, little, fabric-y things on, near the shoulders. Bit of a lazy reuse, if you ask me. I also had to go through quite a few legs to find the right one that fits. I really wish there was, a jeans short one. I didn't find any, at least none that were that fitting. I did find one that has, shorts and a skull belt buckle, which I thought was good at first, but turns out they're just the hairy wolf legs, werewolf legs, and I figured, no, not those. And it's almost right, but not quite because of that. Anyway, now to answer the question, I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering, why did I choose the Sentinel class for her? Well, it would probably make a lot more sense for her to be a brawler, but this was I remember when I recreated the farmer from Happy Civil Burger Farm in the last Imaginators Guest Stars episode? I haven't really touched that Imaginite crystal since then, and I really didn't want to have to go through the process of resetting the crystal and then grinding and leveling up to 6 all over again. Really tedious process, and I didn't want to do that. I already had a lot to create as it is. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to use this anyway. I'm just going to use what I have available. I'm not going to go through all that stuff. So yeah, so this might not make a whole lot of sense here, but I decided to just go with this. You know, really cool if Rottytops actually had a weapon like that. Yeah, I chose like the dragon spikes because she has like a bit of spikes on her hair, sort of. Figured to sort of simulate that. I do find it kind of weird how one of them just goes right through the headband. A bit distracting, not gonna lie. Or maybe only when I point it out. I think that's just sort of like the purple socks coming out of the shoes. Figured, and also to cover up the weird unfittingness underneath. I just realized, I think there's like a brain hat. I was thinking about giving her the brain hat at first, but I thought that would look too ridiculous. I think you get the idea anyway. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I made her head too small or too big. There's really no in between.
Yeah, I feel like they need to have a size in between.
Yeah. But hey, the Shantae characters, they don't have huge heads, but slightly disproportionately large.
Exactly.
I guess.
Like Charlie, you kind of want that in between.
Yeah. And of course, you know, a lot of like light green, a little bit of dark green, some purple, you know, the zombie color palette. I was thinking about giving her like a ghost aura, which I haven't unlocked in the PS5 version. I decided she's fine with just this. Yeah. And now, I will say, this is the only undead crystal I had available at the time, which is, like, once again, why I just chose this one, because I didn't want to have to reset and re-level it up and whatnot. But this here, I do think this ability fits very well, like the tombstone thing. Even though she doesn't do anything like that in the games, it fits with the aesthetic. I really didn't know which is to give her, or which one fit with the theme song, or whatever. Anyway.
I'm back.
Not gonna lie, that's a little bit creepy. Alright, Roddy's got a new weapon. Let's see what she can do with it. Come to think of it, that initial, like, after she does the spin, that second attack...
when you pick on me?
That, like, second attack she does afterwards, where she just sort of, like, stabs it down, that actually does resemble the motion of her, like, of slamming her own detached leg down in Half Genie Hero. If you've played Friends to the End DLC, you know what I mean. Anyway, did not follow this up. Alright. Let's send them to the grave. I probably could have said a better pun, but you know what I mean.
You made a grave mistake.
Sure, let's go with that.
Can't wait to see what changes lie in store.
So, what do you guys think of my Rottytops recreation here? I say it turned out one of the best, for sure. Maybe not perfect, but I'd say it turned out better than some of the other, like, inconsistent ones, at least. Now, finally, I've saved the best for last, or what I consider to be the best, at least. Recently, a new game came out not too long ago that I'm quite fond of. I even got the honor of playing it early, a week before release, and doing a review on it. I'm sure you know which game that might be. Anyway, I'm not sure if I really need to say anything else. I think you already know who it is. She is in the center of the thumbnail and whatnot, so... The Princess of Faramore herself, Arzette!
My sword. Think you can improve on this? Hey, be my guest.
In fact, she's actually the one that actually made me want to, like, do a whole other episode of this to begin with. The first new one I created, I thought of a bunch of ideas afterwards, and just went with it. I wanted her to be the highlight of this. She may not look perfect or 100% like Arzette does in the game, but pretty close enough for the materials I had at hand. Oh yeah, Sammy, you were there for the Arzette streams, right? Yeah, I know that that was definitely an entertaining stream. You
That's when I became popular with you.
I didn't know how to respond to that. Also, if you're wondering why she has like a beaver tail, it's supposed to be like a rope thing, like one of her robes hanging down or something, like one of the stringy things on her robes that sort of like flutter like a flag in the wind as she runs or something. I don't know. I'm not good with like names of clothing parts.
That was like Equestria Girls type thing.
I don't know. The ears might be a little too long, but whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. I already showed you the parts. I thought this.
Their masters showing everyone their parts.
You had to make it weird. All right. So I thought this was like the closest thing to the Sword of Faramore or Smart Sword. I was thinking about maybe giving her like this because it kind of resembles the chain sword, like when you get it upgraded by the Moose blacksmith after you bring him refined chains and sacred oil. It kind of does match that a bit, particularly with the ridges, but it doesn't have quite the right color palette aside from the golds, not the exact right shape. So I decided to go with this. Come to think of it, I don't know why, but this sword here looks like it was made by the makers from Doom Eternal. Alright. Royal Tiara, I thought that was only fitting enough. Unfortunately, the tiara is noticeably bigger than the one she has in the game, and it kind of covers up her hair a little. In fact, so yeah, there's like the front like hair curls with like the color in the front. I forget what the color is called. My mind isn't working today. Anyway, you get the idea. I just wanted to show that quick because that's the only little like distracting flaw. Like the hair just clips right through the tiara that kind of covers some of the detail. No, I decided to go with this instead of the torn cave because I thought that would like sort of match the shape and flow of her hair a bit better, maybe, or does it just look ridiculous or unfitting? I don't know. Maybe it looks better from the back or from a distance in game. Maybe, I don't know.
I'd say when you're at like this angle, like just to the side slightly.
Yeah. So yeah, these are the size proportions. I wasn't sure if I made her, once again, another head thing. But I think this works. But I think this one feels a little more balanced. So yeah, these are the colors. Lots of purple and whatnot. Purple, red, brown, a bit of gold. Those are signature colors, I think. Let's think about maybe giving her like an aura. Maybe this could be like the blue magic. Anyway, let's see. She attacks with a sword. Yeah, I figured this was like the closest thing to like sort of resembling the attack of the smart gun. And this is definitely resembling of the sword wave for sure. When you charge up the sword and then release a big blast from it. Now, this soul gem power here, I thought was like perfectly fitting for her because it like almost like perfectly replicates the way she can like use Power Stone or whatever it's called to charge up her sword with electricity for an even more devastating attack. Like almost a perfect recreation of that. Alright, enough talk.
Look who's back in action.
Well, I guess I better get going.
I was made for this.
Literally. Anyway, yeah, that's what happens if I pull out of the ring. They all just disappear, so it's kind of hard to stay in the ring.
In your face. Get some. mess with my sword.
I know. Yeah, maybe not quite like the smart gun, but close enough, I guess.
Don't mess with my sword.
Yeah, it does get a little annoying when they say it over and over. Anyway, let's charge it up, shall we? What do you think? I'm not sure if any of the Arzette devs are watching this, but what do you think? Do you think that like perfectly replicates the electric sword charge? I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, come to think of it, I do think the hair looks better when you look at her from like a distance in this angle, sort of like a not quite a Diablo top-down view, but somewhere in the middle. I think that's like the style of Skylanders. Yeah, I just realized I can play as her in the Crash Bandicoot level, Arzette Crash crossover or something. I don't know. I could do that with the other characters too, of course. I might try something like that again someday.
All right. Can't wait to see what you come up with here.
So what do you think, Sammy? Yeah, I will admit, the only thing that seems like really distracting other than the tiara is the voice.
Don't mess with my sword.
I also had a hard time trying to find the right catchphrase for her. I will admit, her voice is a little bit too deep. I was thinking about maybe giving her...
Don't mess with my sword.
Do you think that one's more fitting for her?
Don't
Or do you think,
mess with my sword.
personality-wise, the heroine one fits?
Don't mess with my sword. Don't mess with my sword.
What do you think? I know you can do a pretty good Arzette voice, right?
I think Angelic works a little better.
Okay, fair enough.
Back to the world.
You know, this is kind of giving me Arzette flashbacks. So where Arzette meets that fairy who offers her to offers to heal her, and then gives her some fairy dust. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you all about magical upgrades and happy dancing. But first, you must save Captain Flynn from the library.
Surprisingly enough. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, surprisingly enough, she's still less creepy than the fairy from Arzette.
Hey, you want some fairy dust?
You're actually not too far off. Did you see that cutscene?
I caught a glimpse of it, at least. I don't remember it that well. I do know. It was more like... She had, like, the big eyes.
Yeah, like, and the eyes were, like, constantly, like, darting around unfocused or something. You know, I think we talked long enough.
My skills are beyond those of my enemies.
So, what do you guys think? What did you guys think of this episode of Skylanders Imaginators Guest Stars? It went on for a pretty long time, like, almost an hour, my god. This was a stream, so I may need some edit some parts later, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't really have anything else to say, so hey Sammy, you got anything you want to say before I end the video?
Can I get a...
Did I say that too late?
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what